Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers. My name is NimbleThor, and this is my mobile gaming quest series where I look for the best new mobile games right here on YouTube every single day, and I share that experience with you guys. So today I found something really cool I want to share with you guys. It's a game called Arknights, and it's brand new. It's a strategy RPG, and it mixes tower defense, combat, and strategy with your typical RPG team-based mechanics like units that we can level up and improve over time, and of course also a gacha unlocking mechanic to get new units. It's a really interesting mix, and it honestly creates one of the more unique gameplay experiences as well that I've had in a very long time on mobile. So I am excited to share this game with you here today, and what better way to get started than having a quick peek at our team of units, which in Arknights are called operators. So these are all of our units, and something you'll quickly realize once you start getting into this game is just how deep the strategy and min-maxing really runs in this game. Because of course each operator has some core attributes like attack and defense and attack speed and all the usual stuff, but they also each have a unique attack pattern, which you can see down here in the bottom left corner of the screen where I'm tapping right now. They also each have a unique class, and there are 8 different classes in the game, and each operator also has a unique skill. They can be leveled up, they can be promoted, they can even have talents unlocked. So there are many ways to increase the strength and improve these units, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys keep all of that in mind before we, of course, right now are gonna head into a campaign mission level so you guys can see how the combat system works. But just keep in mind that these units are vastly different from each other, and they have different classes, and we want to deploy them at different times throughout a level. So let's head into a campaign mission. I wanted to show you guys real quick that we also have supply missions. These missions are really useful if you want to get specific resources, and you definitely do want to do that, but for now I think a campaign mission will do to show you guys the core combat system. So we simply click start here, and we then get to a selection screen where we can select which units we want. We already have too many operators, by the way, so you guys can see that we can't have the last 4 operators with us into battle. Now typically I would go in and actually try to strategize which units I want to take with me here, but for now I think we'll be fine with just our normal setup here. So here is how combat works in Arknight. So we start with nearly no energy points at all, and then as time passes we earn more and more of this, and then we have to start deploying some units, and each unit costs a certain amount of energy points to deploy. So right now you can see the counter in the bottom right corner of the screen. We have 20 energy points, and we really got to start deploying more of these units really quickly, otherwise we're gonna lose very early on in this level, and we don't want to have that happen. Now of course, as with any tower defense game, we have a certain amount of lives. In this case, we have 10 lives. You can see that in the top middle part of the screen. And there's a total of 37 units coming at us through different waves in this game. You can see that in the top middle part of the screen as well. So we have lots and lots and lots of these energy points. So let's start deploying some more units. And as you might have noticed, as soon as we deploy a unit, we also have to point it in a certain direction. Now, the direction is very important, because if I deployed this unit right here, for example, and chose this direction, it's a healer, by the way, it would only heal one of our units. If I point it in this other direction, as you can see, it's actually gonna heal 3 of our units in total. So that is why that is very important, and it adds an interesting element to the game, because in this case, it was pretty obvious that we wanted that unit to point in that direction, but sometimes it's actually a decision you have to make, and it's not so clear what the right decision might be, even though in this case it was kind of obvious, I gotta admit. So let's keep deploying units here. We're doing very well. We're about halfway through into this level right now. Operators, by the way, cannot be turned around, so you really do want to make sure that you point them in the right direction the first time around. Overall, by the way, there are 2 types of operators: the ranged and the melee. Melee can protect and block a certain amount of enemies. So let's have a look at the one we've got right here. This one, it says over here on the left side, can block 2 enemies. There are other types of melee units that can block even more or even less. There's some that can only block 1 unit at a time. So what this means is that if we've got 3 enemies standing in front of our operator here, one of them will be let through, and it'll be able to run all the way to our base, and we're gonna lose one of our lives. Of course, we don't want that to happen, so let's deploy this guy. He can block 3 enemies at a time, and just to be sure, I want to deploy him over here, because I do see 2 very strong enemies incoming right now. They're the ones that I'm tapping on the screen right now. They have a lot of health, and it's gonna take a while to deal with them, so I'm just gonna see if we can deploy some more DPS. This one is, what does this one do? Attacks all blocked enemies So what I'm actually looking for here is if we have any units that have area of attack damage. It doesn't look like it, but what has happened though is that some of our units are ready to use their special attack, such as this unit, and this operator up here seems to be ready as well. So I clicked the wrong one. Here we go. This one, what does it do? It increases the attack power, which we can definitely use right now. We've got so many units down here in the bottom. I'm getting a bit concerned, but these should also be the last units. And if we survive this, then we should win this match. Yes, there we go. Mission completed. That was interesting. Now, I gotta say, in the beginning of this game, I got so frustrated with the extremely long tutorial and story. And I just ended up starting to skip all of it, honestly. And then when we finally got into a level after a very long story or a very long tutorial, the level would only last for 10 to 15 seconds or so. So I was kind of frustrated with that, but just push through that though. It's really worth it, at least in my opinion. And now as you can see, the matches are starting to become longer and they're starting to become much more challenging, which I love, of course, because there's nothing more boring than way too easy mobile games. Now, guys, I just realized that I actually forgot to mention, in the heat of the combat, of course, that we charge up our special abilities, in case that wasn't clear. So at the end there, when we were able to use a special ability that increased the attack strength, or was it attack speed, by 10%, that was because that had been saved up by attacking units or being attacked by units, just in case that wasn't clear. Now, unlocking heroes in this game is done through a gacha, or at least primarily through a gacha unlocking system where we spend a currency called Orundum, which we can earn through normal gameplay, or we can buy it for premium currency. And I actually have enough for a 10 times or 10x headhunt. So let's do that right now and see if we get some new units that we don't have already. Let's open up the bag here, the loot bag. Fingers crossed, guys. I really hope we're gonna get something great. And you know what? I'm just gonna skip through all of these so you guys can get the good overview here. And yes, look at this. It looks like we got a really good one. At least it seems to be rare. You know, whenever you see something golden and shiny or purple, it's typically a good thing. So let's go in and have a look at these new operators. Here she is. This is Rhode Island's Angelina, and it's a ranged unit. Oh, that's interesting. So she can actually attack behind her. You can see that in the bottom left corner. And this looks to be a supporter unit class that provides various support powers, deal arts damage, and slows the target for a short time. This is so cool. I really like how they took those typical tower attributes from tower defense games and they added them to characters or, you know, humans instead. That is so interesting. I'm really intrigued by this gameplay. Now, another way to get new operators though is through scouting. And this is really interesting as well because scouting is completely free, and the longer we spend scouting, the higher the chances are that we're gonna get a really good unit through scouting. So let's see what we got here. We got a 3-star. Of course, that's nothing in comparison to what we just got before, but that was also just from a 1-hour scout though. So let me go show you guys what I mean by that. So if we do a 1-hour scout, we have a chance of getting a 1, 2, 3, or 4-star. But if we increase this all the way up to 9 hours, or 8 hours actually, gives us a chance of getting a 3-star, a 4-star, or a 5-star unit. And then we can choose their job or their class, such as, for example, DPS, if we want some damage, or survival, if we want something that can survive for long. And then we can start this one, and then in 8 hours, we could return, and there'd be a pretty good chance that we have a new hero waiting for us. Love this system. It helps make the game less pay to win or less pay to progress faster. And I haven't seen these types of systems in too many other games, so I thought that was worth pointing out to you guys. But before we head into another mission, let's just go collect as many rewards as we can. And there truly are many rewards in this game. In fact, it's sometimes nearly too much because it can take quite a bit of time just sitting here tapping on the screen just to collect these rewards. But I guess I shouldn't complain, because now what I can do with all of those rewards is I can go in here and actually upgrade or level up some of our units. And we can do that by spending some of these cards here. And that's going to level it up very, very quickly, instantly. In fact, now it's level 13. And this was our new unit, of course, that I want to add to our team. Do I want to level anything else up? I feel like maybe we should level this unit up a bit more as well. And then I want to head into a new mission, because we actually just unlocked Chapter 2, if I saw that correctly. Yep, that was correct. So let's head into a mission here, and let's make sure to select our new unit. I'm just going to deselect one of the other ones. It doesn't really matter. I guess we don't need this guy if we can get blue poison. That sounds so cool. Let's try that one instead. And with this team, we're ready for this match now. I am really missing an endless mode or a challenge mode where we can fight strong bosses or something like that. A co-op mode would also be really awesome in this game. Might be asking for a bit much, but a guild system, co-op battles, boss battles, real-time PvP even could be amazing. Hopefully the developers are already working on some of those types of features so that we can get to experience that in the future, as long as we're patient enough. Now, wait a sec. That wolf ran way too fast, and I do feel like we need more tanks on our team. We have very, very, very few tanks, or any units really of any sort that can tank any type of damage. Was that? Oh, that was just in time. All right, okay. I see. We have to be a bit faster here in Chapter 2, but I'm liking it though. No, I didn't. I didn't see that. I didn't see that there were 2 exit points in this level. Oh man, this is starting to become interesting, guys. Now, let me know what you think about this game in the comment section down below. And now I want to talk a bit about the monetization system, because the gacha system, of course, means that the game is heavily pay to progress faster, because if we had unlimited real-life money, we could just pour that into this game and we would get all units immediately. But I don't foresee having any issues enjoying the game, though, as a free-to-play player. The only truly limiting factor seems to be the energy system, but as long as you don't play for longer than 30, maybe even 60 minutes at a time, you won't ever run into any issues with that either. So overall, a pretty decent monetization system actually for this genre of mobile games. It's not perfect, but the gameplay is just amazing. So to me, this game is a keeper. Let me know what you think though in the comments down below this video. And then now let's get to the mobile gaming news of the day, which is that the world's most profitable mobile game is now finally available in English. Do you guys know which one it is? Tencent, well, that's the game developer and publisher, has decided to add an English language pack to Honor of Kings. Yes, Honor of Kings, the game that earned $1.4 billion last year. As you probably know, they already released an international version of the game called Arena of Valor, but that game never saw anywhere near the same success as the Chinese version of the game. So now it seems that Tencent has just kind of flipped the table. They gave up and they just added an English language pack to the Chinese version instead. This is truly great news, of course, for the millions of players around the world who love Tencent's MOBA. And so if you're interested as well, you can go download the Chinese version of the game right now, or at least you should be able to, as the English language pack update has already gone live. That was all for today, by the way. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you will be back again tomorrow. So until then, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.